Hello, one and all. It's me again, back with a interesting message. Good news and bad news. Well, for starters, I am very happy that ISIS has lost 98% of its territory and is quickly becoming WASWAS. They have lost all their territory, pretty much all their territory in Iraq and Syria. And as far as Yemen goes, they only have about 500 fighters there, 300 to 500 fighters there. That's not very many. Anyway, they have been beaten back. I'm sure I remember around this time, 4 years ago actually, they they exploded out of Syria and just stormed into Anbar province. They went through the new Iraqi army like they were nothing. They pretty much just were brushed aside like dry leaves in front of a blower. And yeah, they got pretty powerful in the next year. They were like they got up to they captured 70% of Anbar province by June, and they just didn't stop. And they formed their own country. And the good news is that they are no longer going to be a regional power. They were a regional power for a short while, but now they're pretty much finished. The combined offensives of the new Iraqi army, Russia and the U.S. and Iran, etc., 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 have have pretty much completely destroyed their presence there. They do have a few small places that they control in Yemen, but that's about it. The bad news is they are going. They're foreign fighters. They're going home. They're getting the hell out of there. And chances are, what's going to happen is they're going to get they're going to go back home with heroic stories of fighting with ISIS. In fact, a lot of them probably just cleaned toilets and did a whole bunch of menial janitorial custodial work. You know, they could have been in logistics. You know, driving trucks, packing trucks, cleaning toilets, serving food, or whatever. In fact, a lot of ISIS fighters, a lot of people in ISIS came in, later deserted because they were bored. They weren't seeing enough action. They weren't getting in there and getting to go or Allah Akbar. They weren't able to do any of that, so they said fuck this and they left. One guy came back to France because he couldn't smoke. The ISIS wouldn't let him smoke. But anyway, there is I mean, they would just go about, and yeah, they would just go around killing people like in really sick and sadistic ways. And they really turned killing into an art form. They were like James Bond villains or something. They always had to do it creative. And they used shooting, they used drowning, they used crucifixion, they used burning. They would run people over with a tank and all that stuff. And they wanted to get creative with it. But anyway, back to what I was originally saying. I got a little sidetracked there. The problem is that when these fighters go back to their home country, they may tell the truth, they may tell lies, but a lot of them are going to get groupies. These groupies are going to be awestruck by these stories, regardless of whether they're factual or fictional. And they're going to be inspired by that, and they're going to want to have another ISIS. So what we see here is ISIS will probably be reduced to a role like Al-Qaeda. They're going to be in multiple countries. I think they're already in 18 separate, they already have active cells in about 18 different countries, if not more by this point. And what they're going to do is they're going to consolidate and reorganize. They're not going to have the same funding anymore because they especially after that land corridor to Turkey was cut off, they lost most of their income and their economy collapsed as a result. Not only that, more obviously, they're not going to have their heavy equipment anymore. They're not going to have their main battle tanks. They're not going to have their artillery, and they're most certainly not going to have their aircraft. And that's a big blow to them. They're down, but that doesn't mean they're out. They could get back up again someplace, somewhere. And I just want to let you all know that this may not be the last we see of ISIS. I sincerely hope that ISIS is stomped out forever and never returns. But I don't think ISIS will go down that quietly. They sure didn't come in very quietly either. They just burst out of Syria and destroyed the hell out of the Iraqi army. But the Iraqi army did get its shit together, and they finally beat them back. Like I said, ISIS has lost 98% of its territory. It's going to be WASWAS pretty soon. And I guess that's what happens when you make General Mad Dog Mattis, or Chaos as he prefers to be known, Secretary of fucking War. But then again, that man is nobody's secretary. He's more like the warrior chief. Donald Trump made a wonderful decision when he made him Secretary of Defense. And I can't think of anybody who is better for that job than Mattis. I hope he should be president one day. I sincerely hope he runs one day. I would vote for him in a flash. Anyway, this will conclude my video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and if you can, leave a donation. It's for a good cause. See y'all later.